Hi guys, I am back from the Sydney live gathering. Now, before we get started, I want to let you know I didn't actually film any footage while I was down in Sydney for the weekend. I know I'm really lazy. The reality is that I was so busy over the weekend between the partners meeting at Google on Saturday where I wasn't allowed to film anything because it's all under a non-disclosure agreement, so whatever happens in Google stays in Google, so I wasn't allowed to actually record any of that. The Saturday night when we all went to the pub, I was just so tired from the long day. I really just wanted to sit back, have something to eat, have a few drinks and just relax and have a chat with everyone. So I figured on Sunday what I would do is I would just do the main gathering, I'd get the camera out and film everyone and all that sort of stuff. But unfortunately, I never got the opportunity because it was a huge success. There was over 100 people at the gathering. I'm not even sure if we got an official head count or not, but there was at least over 100 people. There was a mob outside the Opera House. And I had so many people coming up to me wanting to say hello, wanting me to sign cookbooks, asking me questions and all sorts of stuff like that, that I never got a chance to even get the camera out. And it wasn't until later in the day when we took the ferry over the harbour to Manly so we could go and have some lunch at this pub that I actually did have an opportunity to film, but I just didn't have the chance because I was just so tired because it'd been such a long weekend of wandering around and doing things and all that sort of stuff. So, but in the end, I figure it's not such a bad thing because there's going to be so many people there with so much footage that I think I'm going to end up boring people shitless with all these videos about the gathering anyway. And the reality is whenever I do gathering videos, they never get a whole lot of views anyway. I think it's sort of like, unless you're actually there, wanting to see yourself in the photo or in the video, then you don't really sort of get much interest out of it. So I'm not so worried that I didn't do footage, but I had a fantastic time. I want to say big thanks to Nico, Jess, Stacey, Dave Couch and his lovely wife Ida, all the wonderful people that I met. Had a great time hanging out with everyone on Saturday night. Ms. Burpee and Chopper, who, by the way, I still have the bruise, and no one needs to know what that's about. So yeah, Miss Crit and Karma Girl 74, we had a fantastic time. It was a lot of fun. I wish I'd been able to stay a little longer, but unfortunately it had been such a big weekend I needed to get home and get a few things done. So, but otherwise, it was a fantastic time and an absolute untold success, and I can only hope that the Melbourne gathering will have even half the success of the Sydney gathering. It was a great time, and if you have an opportunity to go to the Melbourne gathering, which is coming up in just under a month, you should absolutely go along. It's always going to be a fun time, so YouTube gatherings are always good for a giggle. Alright guys, I'm going to let you go. I've got a lot to do this week. I've got a lot of cooking and stuff to do for the cooking channel, so I've got to try and get as much of it done this week as I possibly can. Sorry I didn't get to upload a video on the cooking channel this week. Unfortunately, with the gathering and travelling and stuff, it just wasn't possible. So there's a new video coming up on Wednesday, hopefully, so fingers crossed if I can get things done. Anyway, I shall let you go because I'm blathering on endlessly. Alright, loving kisses to you all, and I shall see you out there.